It is 1941. Britain is alone, battered, and under siege. German bombers have spent months reducing London to rubble. Hitler's armies control most of Europe, and somewhere in England, Nazi spies are watching, reporting, feeding information back to Berlin. Or so Germany believes. What they don't know, what they will never know, is that every single spy they sent to Britain has already been caught. Every one. And now, those same spies are sitting across from British intelligence officers, sending fake reports back to their German handlers. Controlled, turned, weaponized against the very regime that sent them. This is not fiction. This is the double-cross system. And it may be the most audacious intelligence operation in the history of modern warfare. The setup. When war broke out, Germany's intelligence service, the Abwehr, began deploying agents into Britain. Some arrived by parachute, some by boat, some through neutral countries like Spain and Portugal. Their mission was simple: embed themselves, gather intelligence, and report back. What the Abwehr didn't know was that MI5, British counterintelligence, was already waiting. One by one, agents were arrested almost immediately upon arrival. Poorly trained, poorly equipped. Some were so unprepared, they walked into police stations and surrendered themselves. MI5 faced a choice: execute them as enemy spies, which was their legal right, or use them. They chose to use them. The double-cross system was born. Named after the double-cross symbol, XX, it was run by the 20 Committee, a group of intelligence officers who would spend the next 4 years feeding false information to Nazi Germany through their own turned agents. The Germans never suspected a thing. The man who invented an entire spy network from nothing. Of all the figures in this story, none is more extraordinary than Juan Pujol Garcia. He was a Spanish chicken farmer. He had no intelligence training, no government backing, no resources. What he had was a burning hatred of fascism and an imagination that bordered on genius. Before Britain even recruited him, Pujol approached MI6 and offered to spy for them. They turned him down. So he did what any reasonable person would do. He went to the Germans instead, convinced them he was a Spanish diplomat with access to Britain, and began inventing intelligence reports entirely from his apartment in Lisbon, using a British railway guide, a map, and a book about the English class system. He invented 27 fictional sub-agents. He gave them names, personalities, backstories. He sent Germany detailed reports about British troop movements, military installations, and civilian morale, all fabricated. Germany paid him, decorated him, trusted him completely. When MI5 finally discovered what he was doing, they didn't arrest him. They recruited him immediately. Under the codename Garbo, named after Greta Garbo, because he was considered the greatest actor in the world, he became the crown jewel of the double-cross system. The payoff: D-Day. By 1944, the Allies were preparing the largest military invasion in human history, the landing at Normandy. The entire operation depended on one thing: Germany not knowing where or when the attack was coming. This is where Garbo delivered his masterpiece. Through months of careful, coordinated deception, involving fake armies, fictional generals, inflatable tanks, and fabricated radio traffic, the double-cross system convinced Germany that the real invasion would come at Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. He even had Garbo send a warning about the Normandy landings just hours before they began, timed so it would arrive too late to matter, but early enough to cement Germany's trust in him. It worked. Hitler held his best panzer divisions back, waiting for the real attack at Pas de Calais that never came. By the time Germany understood what had happened, the Allied foothold in Normandy was unbreakable. Historians widely agree that the double-cross system shortened the war. How many lives that saved, on all sides, is impossible to count. The reflection. At the end of the war, Juan Pujol Garcia received the MBE from Britain and the Iron Cross from Nazi Germany. He is the only person in history to have been decorated by both sides of the same war. He then faked his own death, disappeared to Venezuela, and lived in anonymity for decades. He was only rediscovered in the 1980s. This story is not just about espionage. It is about what one person with conviction, creativity, and courage can accomplish when they decide to stand against injustice, even with nothing but their wits. It is about how the most powerful military machine in history was brought to its knees not by a weapon, but by a lie told patiently, carefully, and brilliantly over 4 years. And it is a reminder that deception, even in service of a just cause, is a dangerous tool. The double-cross system won, but it also normalized a world where governments learned that their citizens, their enemies, and their allies could all be managed, manipulated, and fed whatever version of reality served the mission. That legacy lives with us still.